Bonjour, mes amis. Grüße, meine Freundin. Welcome, everyone, to the friend zone. So, we just got to do some arena because we just got to get the points. I haven't really been grinding that much lately. I can honestly say I've been sort of, what's the word? I've just been sort of tired of arena, so I've taken a break. Let's go just check everything and see how things are looking. I was like looking from the YouTube perspective of my channel. This is really funny lag. I don't know if this is true of all streams, but as I watch it on YouTube, I assume live, it seems like it's a pretty good size delay. So I'm watching. I think that one person is myself. Yep, good. Okay, everything looking good. So let's see how it goes. Okay, here it is. I'm going to post this in the look at chat. People can hop on if they want. Okay, and off we go. So let's see how much of this arena we can get done. Just make a quick chat. Hello, everyone, and there we go. Okay, off to arena. I think I'm just shy of 2 million points. This would be a good grind to see how well. So 1.9 million, if we can remember that, 1.193. Then we go through all the 6 stars. Try to do all my 5 stars. Ranked up Dark Hawk and a Mega Red today, so I have a couple extra rank 3 5-stars. So we'll see where we end up. So it gives me a good idea about the grind. Oh, I forgot I'm still in the infinite streak. Let's take this top team here. See. Yeah, Angela's one of these characters. She was my 3rd or 4th 6-star, and I've always really liked her, but I don't think she's that good a champion. I mean, she has that regen that sort of pops up all the time, but it really doesn't help out that much. I remember trying to use her in Alliance Quest a few times, and I guess I never really quite caught on to the gameplay about how to get really good Furies. It seems like her Furies are up really high. She does obviously a lot of damage. Well, right now, yep, look at this. It's pretty good. Hopefully it doesn't throw his SP3. Oh, there it comes. And I don't think this will do too much damage. It's totally fine. I really am leaning towards my next big rank up being a 6-star rank up. You know, I'm at this point where I have enough 5 stars that I think I can sort of, I don't know if 4 is the right word, but I think it's going to help me like sort of get into the next level of the game. I mean, at some point, 6 stars, probably maybe with the end of Act 6, are going to be pretty, are going to start taking over, and we'll be able to get them past rank 2 maybe, or I'm not sure, or get Awakening Gems. This one right here, Domino would probably be my choice right now if I had to rank up a 6-star to rank 2, though I must say I don't really like her all that much. I mean, I know she's really powerful, but something about her playstyle and her animations are very jerky, so I don't know if I really like it. Though, I mean, she's so powerful and she's probably worth it. Wasp, actually I really like Wasp, but she just is one of those characters who is super fun to play, but I guess she's, you know, a super glass cannon. She does crazy damage. I mean, look at these heavies. I mean, we're talking almost 10,000 per heavy. I mean, that's pretty insane. And yeah, she's cool, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to make her as a 6-star rank 2. Here's my other choice. Here's the last person I have in this. So Angela, yeah, any of these three I actually could see taking up to rank 2. Um, see what else we have in the 6 stars. So I'd continue. If I awaken Luke Cage, that's right. I remember saying that the other night. Awaken Luke Cage, Gulk. I think Gulk is. It's hard to decide. He has some really good uses. Hey, Dap. Good to see you tonight, man. Great job in War. I saw you beat the champion with your Symbiote Supreme. I'm guessing just from how you can sort of read into chat. Of course, you're usually wrong because there's no context. But it seemed like you might have been a little bit nervous to do that fight today. But it must have went really well. Yeah, I can imagine. The champion is one of these quirky fights just because I feel like the rhythm of him proccing his unstoppable is a little hard to get used to. I'm sure if you fought him a lot, it would be easy, but it just, no one fights him a lot. And then, though, if you can do that, and I guess gets him to his SP3 and just start laying on the Mega Bleeds, he goes right down. Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing. It's like, I'm never caught on for boss action, and for good reason. But it's part of becoming a good player in this game is doing everything, like every path in War, bosses, and I think that's a true testament to person's skill. I didn't get Sync Unstoppable. That's great. That's right. I forgot because he applies those staggers. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, boy, Symbiote Supreme's a really cool character. I got him not too long ago as a 5-star. And then when we got that deal from Kabam, I pulled a Mystic Awakening gem, and since I really didn't think I'd ever have anything to use it on in the near future, and I went to rank 4 Symbiote Supreme, I went ahead and used it on him. Actually, his Awakening ability seems pretty trivial because you build up so many unstoppables, not unstoppables, so many staggers just by playing him. But even if you use a champ that has a really good advantage, it's still a hard fight. I mean, the boss is absolutely stacked. I mean, so much health. He's stun immune. You have to be a really good player, and that you are. So big congratulations for the boss solo. Yeah, we did really good this war. I mean, we were just crushing it. I sort of had that feeling. It's like when I played my path, everything just went so well. It's like every fight I was ready for. I didn't make any dumb mistakes. The champions I was fighting were pretty easy, but it's like on the armor aggression note, I had Nightcrawler, and for Nightcrawler, I always get him into his into his other phase, was it the swashbuckling phase? And usually I'm pretty good about doing that, but this fight I didn't, and then I tried a few times, but he didn't switch, and so I slowly got back into the wall, but then just played him like I normally would, just played the heavies, was really careful, and then got him down and killed him. Yeah, the 0 clears is so impressive, so impressive. I mean, Battle Group, the last 2 seasons, I mean, maybe once or twice we've had a bad war. I don't even know that, but we're always really low on the kills and then on the deaths, and then really high on the kills. I mean, it's we're an aberration because usually I feel the PG3 is the worst group. Hey, Panda Man Pete, good to see you, man. That cat almost cost you a death. That really dropped you down in the power ratings. Hey, J-Rock. Good to see you, man. Yep. Yeah, we did a great job this war. I'm so proud of us. I mean, speaking of proud, I just lost like 60,000 points there. Thanks, Karnak. No, we've been playing a lot of hard wars this season. I think that does make a big difference to app, is when we are able to, we just have gotten so fine-tuned to every tough defender out there that we know how to play them all. Panda Man, so you ended up fighting Thing with Quake? I sort of woke up this morning and saw literally like 600 messages, And then of course I got Dreamin to translate for me, and oh my god, his translation was classic. He was like, Tater's made a mistake, and now Pete has to whore himself out for gold. And you know, I sort of thought he was being silly, and then like when I read more, I saw that you needed gold to do a rank up. Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. It just made me laugh this morning. Oh, after all of that, it was just Gawk. Well, I assume you still used I used Ghost. Okay, that's easy enough. Um, yeah, I saw you went in with the Wasp and Ghost Synergy. Yeah, oh boy, it was like the best one sentence summation of maybe 100 lines of text. Pure genius. Um, but I guess what does that make us? So is that the 10th war? So now we're 7-3. Um, yeah, it's been a great season. Another great season. Man, we're so close. I feel to the top three. You know, maybe the new matchmaking will help us get there. That'd be really incredible. Just because, yeah, I don't know. I think we're a top three alliance, really. You know, aside from that one horrendous war against New York, we've been pretty much doing so well. You know, I think if we would have beat MNG, who was the other team we lost here? I can't remember. But if we beat MNG, I think, yeah, I think that would have, said to us, yes, we're top three, and we could get it. But the new matchmaking makes so much sense. It seems to be really really easy, sensible system where just everyone who's to be in war gets into the enlist stage, and then yeah, and then they start the matchmaking from there. That's right. That's right. We tied MNX. Yeah, I mean the seasons are so long, and all of them are so hard that I mean to place top three is really impressive because you just have to be on for a month, and it has to be 30 people who are on, not just one or two. Though the yeah, I mean again, I think if it was more evenly matched, you know, with all the alliances getting sort of equivalent fights, I think we would hold our own. Yeah, this season didn't feel like there were any particular like wars that were easy. Did we face anyone who was less than plat 1? I don't think so, and almost everyone else was masters. Just shows the four Loki skill. I mean, oh man, we just are such a good alliance. I guess what was I watching? I was watching was it that Mirage Noir? And he made that video about that cheater. I can't remember what the cheater's name was. Wow, what an interesting video. But now I wonder, did they ban him because of the quake and then give him his and reinstate him? I guess I haven't been following that story now, but it's pretty amazing investigative journalism by Mirage Noir. I mean, I'm always impressed by like some of the content creators. I mean, it's just the insight they have in this game and how many stories they read and Reddits and forums and chats and you know just following every piece of the game. Like you know, I love playing this game, and you know now I'm getting into streaming and I enjoy that. But I mean, I think there's a limit to my like obsession. Hopefully, though. Yeah, I really enjoyed it just for the way he sort of laid out the case of this spy. Yeah, I was telling you about the story where in J11 I mean, we had that spy in the chat. That's so funny. I mean, you know, it wasn't a yeah. Actually, to me, it's funny. You know, I never take the game so seriously that things really make me upset or I get angry. So yeah, it's that time. I'll sort of retell the story when someone in J11 posted right at the beginning of the season. It's, I think season 2 or maybe season 3 after everyone was getting banned for piloting, and so you know we wanted to make sure we're careful because we don't get that ban. But then someone wrote, you know, if you share an account, because I think we still had a couple of people who shared accounts, make sure the better person plays it more. And so that was in our chat. And then someone took that and posted it on the Kabam forum. Hey Enzo, good to see you again. And Max, it's great that y'all are hanging out here too. Go Good Warrior 2, as usual. I know Cade crushed Max. I assume you crushed on your battle group. So, yeah, way to go. Boy, this was a war to really, like, just prove that we are a Masters Alliance. So back to the story. So, yeah, so someone posted that on the Kabam forum, which was hilarious. I mean, it's like there was our chat, you know, and then all these people commenting like, oh, I guess this is the new piloting, the account sharing, or piloting, that's what they're calling it nowadays. And so, yeah, so of course that was the only thing I always, like, I love J11, but I always, you know, there's a couple of things that sort of stain their reputation, and that was one of them, was having that posted on Kabam forums. And so after that, oh my God, it was like, you know, the uproar in our chat was incredible. Everyone was just saying, who's the mole, where's the mole, and, you know, you'd be writing in chats and talking back and forth with someone, and then at some point, someone would say, and for you, mole, you know, fuck off, mole, and, you know, and so we were talking to this mole, like, 2/3 of our chat. Oh my God, I'm about to, oh jeez, if I lost twice. We are Polish, but J-Rock. Yeah, I guess so. Maxi, Dapski, and Batiski. I guess you could have J-Roxy. And so, yeah, and then I can't remember what happened. In the end, it wasn't something about a mole. I think it was someone who had an old chat. Alliance Quest. So I got to jump into that. Yeah, thanks, Max. I know, BG3, boy, we, I think last season we had like a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, I think we had a couple of 0 deaths, but I don't know if we had any this one. J-Rock is Kazakh. Ah, good to know. Okay, there's actually a fair number of Kazakhs here in Switzerland, and Russians too. They come here as a place to dump all their money. So let's see. Is it alright if I join Alliance War? I'm not going to reveal any information. Am I? I mean, not Alliance War. Do I show my prestige? No, I think only the main screen. Okay, let's jump into Alliance Quest Fight. Especially since I open up these first lanes. You can watch me fight the first battles. View. Let's see. Oh no, that's exactly what I didn't want to do. Oh jeez, okay, I'll have to join it off stream. Oh man, do I have to delete the stream? Have I shown away secret stuff? That's the only problem with streaming. It's just I'm so paranoid. Like all of these, oh yeah, and you guys I know are enjoying this. Oh, what a nightmare. Okay, back to arena. Hide screen to join. Okay, I've done that. Yeah, I always wonder. Like everyone guards things like prestige so much. How do I? Don't tell Tejas. Oh my God, I'm sure he already knows, and I'm getting like 6 angry messages. Oh, gonna zero this time. Yeah, I know. Oh, is it? No one has a perfect. No one has a perfect. What you call it? Perfect death rate. Oh man, J-Rock. Oh, I love our legendary battle. Let's see. Man, I just don't know. You don't know anyone know on OBS how to blank the screen for a second? I guess I can delete it for a second. Is that going to cause everything to? Okay, let's just try it. I mean, I guess that's a part of stream, is just to try things. Cancel. Okay. Maybe can we move where the screen is? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna try. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna try to delete the screen for a second and then get it back. Let's see what happens. Okay, here goes. This might be the end. I sure wish to remove the screen. Yes. And okay, we should see blackness in a second. No blackness. It's still... Oh, there it is. Okay. And yeah, everyone's still here. Okay, let's get ourselves into this now. So Alliance Quest. Here we go. Sorry that you don't see anything. Join. I guess now I can use Void. That's right. So I keep on bringing in Void when I can, and just one. I just never seem to be ready for the boss. Hi, Shane. Welcome. Bonsoir. I guess for you is bonjour, because it's probably still daylight where you are. Okay, accept. I got Blade, Ghost Rider, and Void. Begin quest. And okay, now let's see if we can get our windows back up here, and we'll do a little Alliance quest. Okay, and yeah, I really like when I watch the people on YouTube, you know, the Brians, the Cades, and just, you know, how quickly everyone zips back and forth to different windows and different screens, certain things like spreadsheets. Okay, now, okay, looks like that works. Gets back to the center screen. Enlarges just a little bit. Okay, I think we've done it. Into Alliance where we go. Let's see what we can do. So now Alliance Quest. Just want to be really careful don't screw anything up. Hey, Art, there you are. Look at that big old thing of art. So beautiful. You have the most beautiful thing in the battle group. Maybe in the Alliance. I guess I haven't seen the other things, so I can't quite judge. Okay, we'll go with Ghost Rider. Let me concentrate for a little bit. Man, Ghost Rider is just the absolute AQ god. Get this Fury, get the bleed. Now, let's just take a lot of damage because of his unavoidable SB1. Oh, so annoying. SB1 should not be unavoidable. Just his bad form. Okay, let's power drain him. We'll get up our what you call it? Oh no, I was thinking too much in that plane. Okay, now I gotta get the parry. See that little skip there? That was interesting. Okay, healing time. This is why you need a sustainable character, because when you play as bad as I do, you gotta be able to get your health back. I just can't imagine dealing with like non-sustainable characters in Alliance Quest. I mean, like, even if you play perfectly, it seems like you still always take damage, and I mean, yeah, it just becomes so expensive and so. And you run the risk of item out, especially in these harder wars. Yeah, today we're doing Alliance Quest, of course, at the same time. Like 9% of my IQ. Yeah, exactly. I know, I totally do it. But yeah, what was happening today? That's right. I was playing Alliance where I was so proud of myself because I had just crushed. Dreamin'. Hi, Dreamin'. You maybe missed the beginning of the stream. I was talking about your amazing one-line summary of the whole peaked path situation. A great summary of, like when I said, what's going on, and you said, what did you say? You said, Tater has made a mistake path. Pete pouring himself out for gold. And it was just like the best summation of literally 100 lines of chat, and it was exactly right. Okay, let's do Green Goblin. And Green Goblin, what is... Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's health review, sorry. Okay. There you go. And I've reviewed the comment of Dreamin', and yep, that was it. Okay, let me just concentrate for 1 second. This Green Goblin fight. Who was it before Green Goblin? It's Iron Man. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a huge thing. This happened today in AW. Oh, I was so nervous. I was about to fight the mini boss, Morningstar, and literally it said connection, but usually then, you know, like this one, in you know, less than 5 seconds the battle starts. But this one might have been like 15, 30 seconds. It was just spinning, and I was like, oh my god, it's not going to connect, and I'm gonna get a timeout death. And then the worst thing would be that J-Rock would be, of course, ahead in the in the kill count. But luckily it did not go get caught by his SP2. I sometimes don't dodge this very well. Oh yeah, blocked it. Whew. Oh my god, and then I ate the super bomb. Oh no. Oh no, this is big trouble. Come on, regeneration. Come on, regeneration. Get it back. Oh man, that was too close. Such a bad killing. Oh man, this is like the blade. He's just out of control. Someone, I think it was Brian, once described him as immoral, and that's exactly it. That was, yeah. Man, dreaming. I would say every time you watch me play, I do horrible, but this is actually how I play, so I can't blame my poor playing on you. But yeah, it's so funny. It's like I had that today in War 2. I had a Green Goblin 6-star as my the final mini boss, and I fought Green Goblin probably like 20 times on the last 2 seasons, and it should be straightforward, but for some reason I was really, really nervous. I was just like, I'm just gonna lose to him. So I went in with Void, and it was fine. Actually, it went really smoothly, but I don't know. I just had this lack of confidence when I was playing him today, and yeah, I don't know. It seemed like, especially considering like the entire path, I felt so good. I was just like, oh, easy champ, easy champ, easy champ, and just felt confident in the fights. But same about the last one. You know what it was? So that's right. I woke up in the morning and I was doing my fights, and then I had about 19 minutes or 10 minutes to get more energy. So I was like, oh, go take your shower. So I went and took my shower, and so then after I take my shower and shaved and made myself beautiful for the day, I came out, and then I was like, oh, I better do that fight. And so I think that's why you sort of, well, for me, I'm lucky because I get to do all my fights just right in a row and get in the groove. And so now I've sort of gotten out of it, and then I think that made me really nervous. I was like, oh, just all worried, and it was fine though. Okay, so now back to back to the arena. Yep. I'd say, so who knows how many arenas there have been. I wonder if we're approaching a year when they first started the 5-star arenas. But I would say 9 out of 10 I've gotten the 2,000 5-star shards and 200 6-star shards. But and I think maybe like once or twice have I not gotten the at least 1,100. Darkhawk. Yeah, it's amazing how those prophecies filled out. I saw that in chat. I know you said you haven't been doing many videos. I'd love to see that in the video. Yeah, I haven't yet to face Darkhawk in War. I'm surprised I haven't put him on the aggression armor. Just because that seems like a good place to put text, because people think it's Iron Man or a Sentinel. But I guess he doesn't rely on his armor at all. I would like to try to fight Darkhawk. I think on that node against Void would just, as usual, those debuffs just do so much damage. I mean, Void continues to be the best character in the game, I'm convinced. Yeah, the other thing about Darkhawk is, I saw everything with the SP1. I mean, in War, I tend to just tank the SPs. I mean, unless I'm really confident I can dodge them, I don't do too much other than just block them and then attack into them, unless they're unblockable. Oh yeah, there's another funny thing that happened in today's War. So I got to node 42, and what had happened in 42? It was a skill, which it always is, and it was unduped. And so, of course, I put all the information in the scout bot and it said no champion, found. And that's, of course, it's unduped, I guess. I don't know if it might not have the unduped champions in the database. And so, or because I guess maybe the difference between a high SIG character and an unduped one is so big that it just doesn't show up. So it was a rank 4, so I wasn't too worried, but I had Void, I had Vision, and I had Stark Spider-Man. And I was trying to figure out which one to take in. I should probably ask in chat, because I'm sure y'all would have instantly told me. So, okay, there's your trivia question for the night. You have a node 42, that is the arc overload, so every 20 seconds they regain 20% of their health. Who would you choose to fight? Void, Stark, or Vision? And so my thought process went something like this, where I'm like, if it's a Korg, of course, if I go in with Stark Spider-Man, I won't be able to win. And if it's almost anyone else, then if I go in with Void, I probably won't be able to win either, because they won't stick the debuffs. Ghost, yeah, of course. I know. You've been hanging out with Panda Man too much, where Ghost is the every answer. What's his motto? If you wouldn't have died if you used Ghost, which is the best motto in the world. And so I thought about Vision. I was like, okay, well, what about Vision? And I was like, okay, well, Vision would be the best because, you know, he could fight Korg, he could fight those other champions because he has the heal block. And so I went in with Vision. And it turned out it was Taskmaster. And so I guess what didn't hit me was that, you know, Vision does put on a heal block, but of course it's a debuff. So any character that is like tolerant of debuffs or is immune to them or yeah, that's what I was wondering too. I had a feeling maybe it was my fault, but I had convinced myself that was because it was unduped. And I think I even double checked it, but maybe not. And so I went in with Vision, and you know, of course, this never occurs to me because, you know, you don't know who you're fighting, and then you go flying into the fight, and so I'm fighting Vision. No, that was my one death. Oh, that was it was a Taskmaster with Void. It wasn't 42, it was the other one. What is that? Is that 31? That's where my only death was that timeout this season where I took Void in. Somehow, again, like, I love convincing myself of things. I thought that Void would be able to put enough debuff. Yeah, exactly. So, but the Vision was fine. Fine, I would say. I got really nervous, so I started fighting him. Like, the heal blocks are coming on, and then I'm stopping the arc overload. And then at one point, I remember like hitting him and putting the heal block on. I thought, oh yeah, I know. There's nothing worse than angry taters. I mean, and you can just feel it through the chat. He gets so angry. You know, he's great because he's kind and nice and doesn't like, you know, I mean, he's really, what's the word, compassionate. He's like, oh, it's okay, man, you know, it's fine, we all make mistakes. But you can just feel like the steam coming out of his ears. He's like, oh, why didn't you know, do it right? And yeah, I mean, that's the best thing about him as leader. I love a passionate leader. You know, he's perfect. And then yeah, so then I hit him with Vision, and I was like, oh, where's the heal block? And I was like, oh my god, there's no heal block. And then I realized, you know, after you put a few debuffs on him, he's immune to them. And so then I had like a mini panic where is everything frozen? A mini panic. Why does everything look frozen? Where, oh yeah, things are really frozen. Did I lose? I think I lost my, hang on a second. I just finished fighting this fight and then actually I just pause it. Something quit. Let's see, okay. Let's see if we can fix this. Frozen. Let's get rid of this. It's working. The perils of streaming. It's like there's just too many windows open that I can't even figure out what's going on. Well, I'll keep on telling the story as I try to get the stream back. So yeah, I noticed that it wasn't working. The heal block, and Taskmaster at this point had like about 45% on. So, you know, I guess I was thinking, okay, well, maybe it'll be all right. But the problem with 45% was that, yeah, if you got that arc overload, you'd be up to 65 and 75, and then you just heal all the way up. And you know, Vision doesn't hit very hard, so I was like, oh my god, I could like be in big trouble. And then And then, okay, let's see. And so then after that, I was getting pretty nervous. But then I watched his health, and I started like calculating. I could see, yeah, even though he got a arc overload, I was still able to out damage it. And so then I sort of relaxed. But for a second, it's like that horrifying feeling. I'm sure there's a good meme when you are like in the middle of something and you realize, oh my god, I'm about to lose this fight, and then you totally, your skill goes out the window. You are like you're fumbling, you're blocking, we should be evading, and all these terrible things. I mean, it's yeah, the moment of panic is just such a classic stage to get into. Okay, I hope this does it. Okay, looks good. Got to pause to see if it comes back now. And yeah, so it was all right. And then I can't decide if Vision. I mean, I guess if you didn't know, I think I still think Vision was the best choice, because if it was a Korg, I would have been all right. If it was any of the other ones, I guess I was all right. It would have been interesting if it was a Kingpin. Maybe I would have not been okay if he would have just again been able to shrug off all those debuffs, and Vision couldn't out damage him. But against a rank 4, I probably was going to be okay in it. Okay, let's see if the fight comes back. I can't tell. There it is. Okay, I think we're back in action. This is some exciting arena, but at least it works now. And yeah, maybe that's why I was so nervous to fight Green Goblin, because I had a little scare. Yeah, I don't know, Cade, though. If I look back, Korg would have been the only champion that probably would have been bad. He was the only champion bad for that matchup. And I mean, what are the chances that Alliance are going to place an undue rank 4 Korg? So I probably could have played Stark Spidey with almost like 95% certainty, 99% certainty that it would have been a fight for that Stark Spidey could have handled. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't ask chat. Maybe it's, I don't know. I think I was lazy is why. Because early in the morning and I just wanted to get my fights over and get to work. But yeah, I definitely could imagine the Tater rage if I had like gone in with, Void, or if Vision had died and he'd been like, how come you didn't use Stark Spidey? It probably actually is what he'll say to me now. But that's why he's such a good leader. I mean, he is, he lets you know how you did honestly. He doesn't doesn't pull his punches, I think is what you'd say. But yeah, it's true. He wouldn't have had any rock shield damage. So what's the big problem with Spark Spider-Man against Korg? I think it's because of all his Evaso triggers, just like endless unblockable unstoppables. I don't know if and I wonder against a rank 4 too. I know against a rank 5, Stark Spider-Man just gets yeah, or maybe you can't do enough damage. I can't remember. It happened to me once a long time ago. I was actually fighting, and I saw a 6-star. It was a 6-star undue skill champ on a node, and this was before I knew about Scattered Lens. And so I went in with Stark Spider-Man thinking the same, that yeah, it'd probably be a character like Kingpin. That's what I thought it was, because that's all I saw was just Kingpins. And so I went in, and it was a Korg, and yeah, it absolutely didn't work against with Stark Spider-Man. I can't remember if I timed out. I think I did. I think I just died. And then after that, I think I was so worried about that the next war, I got to the same situation as a 6-star skill. And I was like, oh, this has to be a Korg. Everyone's just placing Korgs now. And so I went in with Void, and it was Kingpin, and timed out. And those were moments that I'm glad that I got out of my system before I came to 4 Loki. I'd be given the boot from this alliance with my bad play. But yeah, it's I remember Brian. He was always talking about like he thinks Alliance were would be better if you like could see all your defenders. I don't know if I agree with him. I sort of like the that's randomness where you can't totally prepare for something. I mean, I guess Scouter Lens is sort of making that more or less true, because you can figure out the champions. But I like the fact that there's that first you guess and you think, even with Scouter Lens, you're like, oh, it's gonna be this or this, and you're sort of ready for that, and right when that fight starts, I'm just staring up that upper right corner. It's like, oh, there it is. It was even more intense before I started using Scouter Lens, but I just had no idea who it was. And I would go in fighting, and then you had like that 1 or 2 seconds of the introduction to really figure out what you need to do and how you need to play it. It was like Morningstar today. I mean, I had her as the first mini boss, and I saw her and remembered her. I just had to remember everything about it, like how to dodge her SV2, the bleeds. You like the pre-lane scouting? Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. I mean, it's just like what happened with. I think it's sort of exciting what happened with Pete today. It's like we were all so worried about being a thing on that was the Flare node. That we really had to sort of pre-plan for that, but it wasn't certain. So I sort of like that unknown element of strategy. But either way, I think it could work. Yeah, I guess their defense today, I didn't think, well, their defense wasn't as strong as other ones that we had before. So, I think we played really well, and the defense was low. Was Joker a top 3 alliance at one point? I don't think last season or season before, I remember them being pretty high ranked. I guess with all the turnover, alliances change pretty dramatically. Okay, so just for reference, I was at 1.9 when I started. I went through all my 6 stars, and 2.9, but I think I died twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 18 6 stars, and gets me a million. Call another 100,000. So 1.1 million with the 6 stars. Yeah, off to the 5 stars. Yeah, I don't know. Undefeated. Were they undefeated coming in today? The Jokers? Oh man, if they were, I am really impressed. Well, actually, I'm really puzzled because the defense was okay. I mean, yeah, I didn't have any challenging fights. I mean, the Morningstar, that was a pretty straightforward fight. But anyway, I mean, I guess you could have like 2 really strong battle groups and 1, not so strong battle group. Oh, every time I look at a Mystic character, I'm thinking about today's today's deal. I was so hoping for Cosmic. Like Cosmic was number 1. That way I could get my Corvus up to rank 200. And so Cosmic was first place. And then, Mutant, I've been feeding Emma Frost Mutants, and she could have easily used it. Tech, oh yeah, I mean, between Ghost or Sentinel, I could have definitely used Tech. That would have been really valuable. Skill, I was putting a lot in Core because I thought he was going to be my next rank 5, and he has such high SIG. But there's so many good skill champs. Who else do I have? Of course, I have Aegon. I could put it in. I'd have to awaken him, though. But I have a Skill Awakening gem. I have a Killmonger. I would put stones in. So we have a really good system because, or we just caught them on a bad day. I mean, yeah, they did not feel like a really powerful alliance. Yeah, absolutely, J-Rock. There's no way they could have been undefeated if they'd fought like some of the top alliances. Oh my god, and they've been wow. Well, maybe we are that good. Maybe I shouldn't disparage our ability, which is definitely part of the truth. Oh man, this Corvus is doing crazy damage. Okay, I need to just concentrate for 1 second to finish his fight, and there it is. He just dies on his own. He finally didn't suck, yeah, no doubt. Wow. I mean, again, I just had this feeling like I felt this morning, except for my Gunfa, just felt really good. You know, I think we're at this point in the season where we are ready to yeah, we're just fine-tuned. You know, we can take down. We've done so many hard fights. We know, you know, all of our pass well and who's doing what. Yeah, yeah. The defense was pretty lame, to be honest. So it's like, yeah, I thought again, for me, my path was pretty easy, and it seemed like other people's paths went well. Oh yeah, definitely, and yeah, I mean, we are consistent. You know, well, except for the New York one, we've been pretty consistent. I guess even the MMX, we weren't that good. I wonder, do you have to be undefeated to be top 3? I wonder if any time in the history of seasons has someone who had 1 death made it to top 3. Defensive substantial. Yeah, it's true. I guess if you're missing things, that sort of puts you behind in your defense these days, because you know it seems like the thing's definitely responsible for, you know, 1 in 5, 1 in 4 deaths in the last couple wars we've been fighting. Yeah, we do, Cade. I agree, but you know, you play them differently, but they also have much harder defenses. Against who we just played last, who's really good. Totally forgot. Well, yeah, against MMX. I mean, MMX, I had like 3 or 4 like rank 5s. I think I had Domino, and then I had Sentinel, and then I had someone else who's rank 5, and just the sheer increase in difficulty in the champions, I think, obviously makes it a lot tougher. And you know, of course, so it always seems we might play more poorly, but in the end, it's just better defenses. Yeah, it's true. Oh yeah, we had some. Yeah, we also did not play well. That's the thing about ties is, if you go back and you can micro analyze every fight, you're like, oh, if I just beaten this node, or if this person just beaten this node, those are when I'm glad I don't give deaths, because yeah, those are yeah, then you just feel so guilty. It's like, oh, if it wasn't for me, we would have won. You know, like if I give a death and then we beat Alliance, like, you know, 17-12, and I'm like, well, it didn't matter, like what happened to me. But yeah, that was the first tie I've ever been involved with, and yeah, I guess whatever it was what it was. Or maybe it was the first time I ever lost to MMX. Yeah, no, usually, of course, they have stacked defenses, but their skill doesn't quite match their defense. Well, it was, yeah, it is the way seasons go. I mean, you know, so many wars and so many hard fights. Everything's not going to fall into place each time. I guess these last 2 wars, I think we'll still play well just to get our 6-star shards. So what's tonight? Tonight's Saturday, so that means we have 1 more war, and then we'll have the next one Sunday night, and then yeah, that's the end of the season. So that's crazy. These seasons are going by quick. Of course, I say that now, like at War 7, I'm like, oh my god, this season's taking forever. And I'm really excited about the little longer layoff. It is, I guess I was reading that post, I think we have like a 2-week layoff, because there's 1 week when there's no wars whatsoever. It's going to be like a vacation, you know. And then there's a week where I think they're testing that new matchmaking system. I'm really interested to see that. I hope it really puts some balance in the war matchups. And then back to seasons. Yeah, that war matchup system, it's insane. So cool. I was talking the other night, I think only Cade was here. I think not only should they do like this new matchup, but then the last three wars, you take the top 16 teams and you just play tournament style. So one plays 16, and then two plays 15, and so forth. And then the winners play that, and then the winners play that, and then you're gonna have a champion at the end. But it'd be a great way to have a lot of just have a lot of build up to the very last three wars. And those three wars would be so intense. Yeah, I mean, maybe that'd be too much, but I think it'd be an interesting way to do matchmaking. And then it really I think it'd really crown a champion. There'd be none of this having 10 of your 12 fights be really easy. I mean, be guaranteed some pretty solid matches for the last three. But we will see. Overall, I tend to be like a lot of people in here. I'm not a one who thinks Caban is a horrible company that doesn't do anything right. I think for the most part, Caban does a really good job in managing this game, and of course, super complex, and all these things are happening all the time, and all this programming, and I think they understand when there are difficulties and challenges and work hard to fix them, and it takes a lot of time, but ultimately, I think they continue to improve this game and make it better with every update. Even looking back now, I think about 12.0, and I mean 12.0 was like just the absolute, firestorm of outrage. I mean, even I was outraged, it was you love a dream, and even I refused to buy offers during that time. I was on board with the boycott MCOC, more because, I in some ways I agree. I think the game, had to be rebalanced. I mean, there just were, it's basically like Scarlet Witch and Thor, and that's made or break the game for you, and so yeah, that had to be fixed. But yeah, it was the bad communication, and just doing things, and then oh my god, the fix was incredible. I remember the first stream of the fix. I was watching Seaton, and he was testing it out, and with a Scarlet Witch, and like she wasn't doing any damage or doing anything, and 3 weeks to lock in and 1 week playoff. Yeah, exactly, Kate. That's exactly what I want too. Maybe between your influence and the 6 people watching this, and the hundreds who go to your stream, we can get the message to Kabam to get the playoffs. And yeah, so I was watching the stream, and Seaton was parrying something, and he was taking just 10%, 15% with each parry, and so obviously is out of control, broken than the game when parries were causing him to lose so much health. And so that was a whole big thing where, yeah, obviously they had tried to adjust the game and totally made a mistake, and they went back and fixed it pretty quick. But yeah, I can understand why people were unhappy. Then we got all those rank down tickets. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I remember I had so many. I think we got 10 of each, and I was just playing around with champions. I was so glad because, as I said, I had no idea how to play the game. I sort of just started watching the YouTubes maybe 1 or 2 months earlier, and so I had all these what people consider the worst champs ranked up. I don't think I only had rank 4 stars, but I had a Loki, I had a Red Hulk, who at the time was terrible, and I had a who was the other bad champ I had Nightcrawler, and those were my top champs. So, man, those rank down tickets, and then having watched all the YouTube and really understand the game, and so I think after that I waited a week or two and then figured out, okay, these are the champions who want to have ranked up, and it gave me a chance to totally redo my roster and sort of send me on my way. So, I mean, I hate to say it, I think in a way 12.0 actually allowed me to get ahead in this game. I think I was sort of just, fumbling around just playing the game without having, you know, any strategy or knowing anything about it, because I hadn't been watching YouTube or been reading forums or anything. And then to be able to totally redo my roster, so I had absolutely the best chance with the most resources, and it was huge. And so, and then after that, yeah, I guess I really haven't felt there's been anything too like controversial. I did like the well, and I like the way they took the feedback from the community. Like when, I can't remember what season it was, but they decided there wouldn't be any diversity, or they'd get rid of diversity, and everyone was like, "Oh no, no, bad idea." And then they went back on it. I think that's a sign of a really good company. Like if a really good company will take feedback and not be afraid to say, "Okay, that's a bad decision," and deal with it. Like if they just say, "Well, everyone's complaining, but we're still going to do it," I mean, that is, then I'd be more critical of them. Um, and, you know, not of course to say that they aren't doing things I don't agree with, but, oh my God, yeah, I forgot about the overheating. Oh yeah. I remember I had an old, well, I play on my iPad, as you can see. Um, yeah, the overheating was crazy. So I almost always play on the iPad, and luckily the iPad never overheated. But I had an iPhone 6 at the time, and I remember playing it once. I was like, oh, I mean, it was shocking. It was shocking how hot your phone got. And after that, I never played it again just because I was worried about my phone like literally melting. But yeah, so that was an incredible, what do we call that? Epoch in the Kabam Marvel Contest of Champions history. Um, yeah, there's some great memes with that. Um, yeah, that must have been. I can't imagine the position you're in as a company, because I guess you can't admit to everyone, oh, we've broken like, 10,000 phones because we've made them overheat and they've melted their circuits. But obviously they knew it was a problem. We're trying to fix it. I have a feeling that's one of those problems where they just had no idea what was doing it, and they just probably had to spend a lot of their resources testing it and figuring it out, and trying to come up with a solution. Look at that victory! Yes, way to go for Loki. Such a good war. I won't a few details, but oh man, that was yeah, that really showcased our skill, that one. Get some nice 6-star shards, get some more 5-stars. I think I'm pretty close to another 5-star. And get myself a nice Kamal Khan. Hopefully. Oh, Proxima dupe and a what's the other one I wanted? Or Captain America Infinity War. Just want those characters so much. Just so many 6 zones waiting to go right into Cap. Yeah, I see people take him up to rank 5 Captain. I know I gotta get a better defender, but he's another character that looks really cool. This character here could be on my next 5 list. I know Taters does not like her in defense, but mine is always on defense. I think, I feel for defense, of course, you have like the Things and, and the Quarks and the Dominoes. I mean, they're super good defenders, but, the battle group, you're going to have 5 of those super good defenders, and we basically already have all those at rank 5. So then what you need are just defenders who are rank 5 just to get your other kills. I got them kill with magic, Darkhawk. Actually, Darkhawk's a pretty good defender. Who else is sort of in that second tier? Medusa gets a kill. Agent Venom. Was that your Agent Venom, Kate? I think it was, who got the kill today. And is that the second time we've got a kill this season for Agent Venom? Yeah, maybe he's rank 5 worthy. I mean, it's sort of going to come to that where you just want every champion to be rank 5 regardless of whether he is like one of the best defenders or not. It just makes it that much harder. Oh, it's Pete's. Oh, okay. Good job, Pete's. Yeah, it's like that would be a definite peak rank up. Peak is all about, I feel like, unconventional rank ups, and I could see him bringing Agent Venom to rank 5. Yeah, no, me too. I mean, I would almost do it just because he'd be great on defense. And as I said, I owe the Alliance a good defender, and my prestige is in a pretty good place now. Um, Maybe we'll see. I'm still pretty far away from the next rank 5. Um, Hopefully, there's another cool new character out by then. Yeah, I wonder how. I guess Havoc and Doctor. I can't remember if Doctor or Mister Sinister. Uh, D. Professor One died and 9 hits from course. Oh yeah, I remember hearing that they were Corvus food. Yeah, boy, Corvus. He's sort of. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a little bit he's going the way of the blade. Like I guess like 3 seasons ago, it was just like Corvi, which is the plural of Corvus, were everywhere, and so you know you would just 8 out of 9, 8 out of 10 people would be running Corvuses through war, just like sort of the Blade days when everyone was running Blade. Um, but then I think people not giving them missions. I would look at the way defenses. I don't know if there's on that right side. I don't know if there's been any Corvus charges in this season for the right side. And so I guess your only hope would be that Emma's facing a non-Corvus. Someone, was it you, J-Rock, who died to Emma? Was that your only death? I can't remember. Someone died to Emma. Maybe it was Art over on the left side. But again, like if Miami gets placed every war anyway, so I mean a rank 5 would be better than a rank 4, just surely because of her strength. Okay, no, sorry, sorry, Art. I didn't mean to falsely accuse you. Yeah, it was someone. Maybe it was Dap. Who knows? Maybe it was Brett. Maybe it was me. Yeah. So that made me think, oh, maybe she's all right. Oh my God! Today, as I was saying earlier on Alliance Quest, I was having the worst Alliance Quest. Yeah, I feel like I'm the master of insulting people at the wrong time. I'm always saying things, and my colleagues are like, "Oh, it's so insulting." I was like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that." Um, so, what was I saying about Alliance Quest? Oh yeah, so I was playing Alliance Quest today, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing so well." I was just winning all my fights, and it's day 1. Dark Cock, gotcha. Yeah, he's a stiff one. Stupid so heavy. Oh yeah, those slow heavies. Oh, I know. They're so annoying to dodge. They're just so out of rhythm. Um, and his, I think, they like avoids armor or something like that. So I bet it does a lot of damage. Um, and then oh yeah, so going along through Alliance Quest today. Fine, fine, fine. I wake up, and I even boosted. So I was like, okay. So when I wake up and have war, I'm usually pretty psyched if Alliance Quest is going because that can get me a couple hard fights and get me ready for the Alliance War fights I have to do. So I woke up and put on my big boost since I need them anyway. So I have max boost, and this is day 1, and I have my Dormammu fight. And I think Dormammu went all right. I was using Blade. And then I was like, okay, that's right. Then I had Blade. Here's the next one I fight. And so I was with Blade, and I was like, okay, let me heal up my Blade because I take some degen damage from Dormammu. And, the healing with Blade, most of the time I can get it and, I just sort of get the pattern that I can, hold my block and he's back there, just staying away from me. But sometimes they get really aggressive and come flying at you. And then if they get you against the wall, then it's even worse because you're, playing against the wall always really alters your style. And so, what was going on? So yeah, I tried to get some healing. I got ended by the wall. I think I ate a heavy. Blaze another one, I guess, sort of like Darkhawk that has a goofy heavy. It's just like, again, you have to sort of pause after you dodge the first one for the second one. And so, long story short, maybe I didn't die special. I ended up dying with my blade. I was like, oh, that's so annoying. And so then I went with Ghost Rider. And same thing, Ghost Rider had a little bit of damage on him. So I was like, okay, I got to build up all of my judgments and get the regen on him. And somewhere in that whole fight, oh no, it's because he had the danger sense against Ghost Rider. So I'd forgotten about that. So I went in, my judgments weren't proccing, my parry wasn't working, and I just got totally thrown off, and I died. And then so there was the only one that made me feel good. Arthur. Who was Arthur? Oh, Sharon Arthur. Okay. Is that someone I should know? And so, yeah, so he dies. I had my Iceman. So I finished the fight with Iceman. I think I actually used like one of those super small revives, figuring I could try to heal up. And I did that once with Ghost Rider and Blade. They both died again. Maybe I did it the second time. They both died. I'm like, okay, I'll use my Iceman. And then I beat Blade with my Iceman. And then I had a stun immune Corvus. Yes. And then so I went and fought with him. And then beat him with Iceman. And so then I get to the Emma, who has the unblockable SP1. And she's made up. Aha, yeah. I know, Kate. You are a Casanova. Man, when I listen to your stream, it's like you're laying on the Casanova vibes. Sharon Arthur, I remember her though. And so then I reached Emma, speaking of amazing characters to look at. And I think I revived Blade and Ghost Rider again, thinking I would just use Emma to get some regen. I continually just made mistakes and ate SP1s, or she turned into ice and I couldn't parry her and I'd forget, and so I quickly died again, and then I think I used another revive, so this is like the fourth revive I've used to try to get Ghost Rider and Blade back to health, and again they died, and by this point I was like, okay, I'll just go in with Iceman and once again finished her off. And oh yeah, so here I was like on day one, fully boosted, mind you. I mean, like the big boost, like the biggest boosts, and I used 4 revives and like died 8 times. And so that was the way Alliance Quest was going. And on that note, I had then jumped into war, but again, the war went much better. Just felt confident and yeah, cleared the path. And then the rest of the day on Alliance Quest today, I was using Iceman, which was sort of cool, just because I don't use them too much. I get so much in the habit of using these regen characters that like a non-regen character in Alliance Quest just feels weird. I'm like, I get so paranoid about losing like 1% health, just because I love being able to heal up, and so. But I kept on. Luckily, Kate, you took the first couple fights on the outer pass, so I wasn't going to get all the degen, and then I took out Domino, and yeah, did I use Iceman for the rest? No. Then I died again when I went against Corvus. Something about Corvus and Iceman, it was the same thing, much like Sharon Arthur. I got pushed up against the wall, and more or less wrecked by Corvus and Iceman. I'm avoiding more summarized range suicides. Yeah, I share your exact feeling. Like, I really want to fight. Let me take. Oh no, it's fine, kid. I feel like I sort of slack. Like my first path in, because I'm going to bed so early. I mean, I have those first 2 fights and then a couple more, and then it's not so many. And then the next one's sort of the same thing. I go and fight 4 fights. Those 3 I was talking about: Dormammu, Blade, Corvus, Emma. And then I hardly ever do Sabretooth, because he's always linked, and then I'm at work, and I'm always like never really looking at AQ except for every hour or so. And then the boss, same thing. And usually at some point I log on and the boss has been cleared, and then then I go running down the outer path, and usually I'm I figure everyone's asleep. I'm sure you're asleep, and I have all this energy, so it's perfect for me. I usually have like a full 5 energy, and it's like 7 hours or 8 hours left, so I'm going to have more than another round of energy, and so yeah, to me, I definitely want to go down those paths just to do my share, and it's like I always worry. I'm always like feeling of guilt. That's probably my upbringing. I'm always feeling guilty. I'm always feeling guilty. I'm not doing enough, and so when I get into Lion's Quest, I am, yeah, I think at one time like started trying to count all the fights everyone has because I was sure I had like 10 less fights than everyone, and I think I'm still convinced of that. So no, it's fine if they're open and you take them, but I'm more than happy to do a lot of work on that last path. It makes me feel like I'm pulling my weight in Lion's Quest. Yeah, I really haven't fought the bosses in a long time. I remember right when who was it, Mephisto came out. I fought him a couple times with Void just because I think we were in a little bit of panic when we had to fight Mephisto because he was so hard and like wrecked a bunch of our characters. And then like bring in Void, bring in Void, bring in Void. And so I did. And then I fought him once just because we sort of had a designated Void. Oh yeah. Okay, great. Thanks, Gato. That eases my tortured soul to hear that. Yeah, that Domino. For a while, if I'm not in war, I'll bring in Stark Spiting. He handles it pretty well. And then if I'm in war, I've been bringing in Star Lord. He does a pretty good job against her. Iceman was pretty good. The worst thing is, it's just between Starburst and her and her signature ability. I mean, even when I've played Stark Spiderman perfectly, I'll still be down like to 25%. It's super annoying, but that's fine. I mean, literally, I bring Spider-Man in for just that fight because between Blade and Ghost Rider and their regen, they can deal with everything else. But I can't say I'm too disappointed. Like on day 5 when I log in and I see you're taking Domino, it's always a little bit of a treat. But then the guild always comes rushing back. I'm like, oh, Kate, he's probably so angry. He's probably like, where's Enzo? And even though I know that's not true. That's just how it plays out in my mind. But yeah, so is the Alliance Quest. It's like the working job of the Marvel Contest of Championships. I must say though, that Domino fight though has really helped me play Domino well. Like in the last war. Yeah, I know, Kate. But yeah, as I said, I have this constant fear of like not pulling my weight. It's like, I think that's someone once told me the best employees you can hire are insecure perfectionists because like they never think they're doing well and they always want to be perfect, and and so with that combination, like you are guaranteed to make a high quality work. So I hope that's me, the insecure perfectionist. But as I was saying, having fought that Domino so many times, I mean, it's better than Duel because she's all noted up and and she's powerful, and yeah, I mean, then I had her in last war, and just having played her so many times, it is yeah, just gave me the confidence to know how she works and get the kill. That was definitely one of my better kills this season. Trying to think, I don't know if I've had really that many super interesting fights. I've had sort of normal ones, but I really want to fight a Darkhawk or a Thing on my path. I'm just always sort of interested in how I'll do against them. Maybe now that the season is winding down, I'll get to fight one. I have a feeling, I don't know which one I'd do would be more challenging for me. I have a feeling Thing because Darkhawk, I feel has some mechanics you have to pay attention to. I wouldn't forget them. But that's the thing about thing is that he has the what does he has? He has the sorry, I hit SB2 and I didn't think has the that counter, and I sort of lose track of that counter when I'm playing. You know how many of the rock charges he has. It's just, especially since the game's on a block, just have to be really alert. And I find you know, my vision sort of focused on the fight, and I got myself in trouble a couple of times, like glancing up at the buffs or debuffs on characters, because you know, you just lose that concentration while fighting. And on the iPad, you know, the screen's big enough where, you know, I guess you have to focus on one part of it at the expense of another. Actually, I can't really imagine. I mean, I played on the iPhone, but I feel like this game on the iPhone wouldn't be that good. I mean, it's so small, and it's yes, I'm on a Pro. It's when the Pros first came out. I was trying to think what the size is. It's the smallest size one they have. It's probably a little smaller than like an A4 piece of paper, you know, a standard piece of paper. It's the perfect size. You know, it fits in your hand well. I can't play it one-handed, so that's sort of a drawback. But I love it. I mean, because I love like being able to see the game, and you know, especially like when you're doing things like rank ups and you have to like, or buying items or using items. I just can't imagine the small. Back to the phone. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm sure if I played the iPhone all the time, I would be used to it. I sort of thought not too long ago that I got to get really good at the iPad, because sometimes I'm traveling on the iPhone, sometimes I'm traveling, and you know, I just need to play on the iPhone. But so far, if I know I'm traveling, I can just take the iPad with me, or I can just wait till I get home. But I think not so much to play as just being able to look at the game. I just think, like on the iPhone, your thumbs cover up so much of the screen, you really can't appreciate it. I mean, the game is really pretty, and there's so much to sort of watch and see. And you want to be able to see the text, like if I got a parry, I want to see like what the character is doing. I don't want my thumbs to disguise it. So yeah, I guess I've always played on the iPad, so I'm definitely an iPad MCOCer. No. So let's just go see. Can we back out of this for a second? So now we're at 3.8. So I just went through all my rank 5 and rank 4, 5 stars, and so that gave me the 2.9. So that gave me another million. So that's pretty good. And now I'll slowly go through all my rank 3s, and then that'll be it. Form factor of the X works well for my layup too. I'm pretty happy. Form factor of the X. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I guess yeah, it's true. If you don't have your iPad, then you quickly learn. The X. Sorry, of course the X is the iPhone X. Yeah, I guess the iPad X is a little bigger. Watch this. Yeah, you know, that was the biggest. So I've only grinded for 2 feature characters. That's actually 3. I've done Rogue, Emma, and Cord. Oh my God, the picture-in-picture saved me. It saved me. I would just like watch movies. I saw like Avengers, Infinity War. It's the only way to grind us. You're just in absolute boredom as you grind to like, you know, 70 million. But yeah, that's a really great feature. Yeah, the X phone. If my iPhone 7 wasn't doing so well, I'd definitely consider the X. But I go through phones every 2 or 3 years anyway, so I might as well not get rid of a phone that's working pretty well right now. Yeah, I'm really excited. The widescreen layout. Okay, that's true. Yeah, it's gonna be my next like my next evolution of my stream is trying to figure out how to get text there and things like that, and add names. I'm sure it's really easy. I'm sure a YouTube video will teach me how, but considering this is only my fourth stream, that maybe I'll just spend a little time making sure everything works well before I evolve into that. I'm trying to think. So as I watch your stream, I mean, your audio is really, really good, and I'm sure you have a really good mic, being a musician. But I was thinking today, people with those like mics with they always have that little like fuzzy screen in front of them, and I was trying to hypothesize what the fuzzy screen was for. And so I have two hypotheses. One is for spit, because of course, as you're talking all the time, you're spitting, and it prevents like spit buildup on your mic, which I'm sure it's really expensive mic. You don't want to be covering your spit. And the other hypothesis is that it is for breathing. And so, I've watched a few of my streams back, and I feel like every now and then I can hear breathing on my microphone, and so that just takes away from the quality. So those are my two theories about why people have that like little, I don't know what you call it, screen, I guess would be the right word. So that why they have a screen in front of the microphones. It's for preventing pollutions. Okay, well, so neither of my hypotheses were right. And it's a windscreen, okay. So maybe it's okay. I'll give myself half credit for the breathing one. Yeah, so okay. I always have wondered what those are for. I see those like when I watch music videos when they're in the studio, and of course they're always in front of the mics. Yeah, I think okay. So the evolution of my stream is to start getting some text on screen. What's the next really big thing I want to work? Well, you notice how I'm using this reflector, and so it sort of like has the outline of my iPad. It looks okay, but it's not great. I wouldn't mind trying to get rid of that. So it's just like a full screen of my iPad. It covers the whole screen. I'm sure there's stuff about aspect ratio I have to deal with there. That's called pop filters. I never knew what they're called. Okay, that's awesome. I have become more intelligent. And yes, I want to get that going where I have let me know too if BG starts streaming. Like I would definitely jump over. I thought he said he was going to do a day stream around what was he going around 15, and so 15 he's on the west coast, so it's 9. So 23, yeah, so it's 23, so it's 23 over here. It's pretty close to that, 45 minutes away. And then, of course, I like the name of my stream, the frENZOne. I think that's pretty clever. And on the off chance that anyone ever donates, which I guess would totally shock me, I wouldn't know what to do with it, and I sort of hope no one does, because, well, I can't imagine that it's worth it, and but I have to come up with some like clever name for like that person who's the highest donor. The Big D is amazing. What is Seaton's? I can't remember what his is. Chubbiest Whale or something, Blubberiest Whale. Dorky Dave has one. So everyone has their like donor. You have one too, Kate. Is it Sexiest? Is it Sexiest Summoner? I think so. That's really cool. And so, yeah, I need to spend some time thinking what my big donor would be called. Maybe I'll get a good French word for it. Lebeline, that's the whale. What would you say? I could just steal Seaton's. Lebeline Grow, the fat whale. That sounds pretty cool. God, I can't remember what German for whale is, but yeah, maybe that's what it'll be. Oh well, it's no way I'll be able to think of it while streaming. Okay, well, if you have any great ideas, let me know. I'm all open to ideas. Text. I guess I'm also like, as I start my stream career, it's like how do people like get a lot of subscribers? Like when I watch your stream at night, kid, you know, I see it's usually at least 100 people, which is, that seems like such a great number. Um, I assume it's just consistency, which I'm trying to do, like trying to stream essentially at the same time, and just longevity, and you know, so of course it's like a slow growth. Like as you stream more and more, you get more subscribers, and it starts popping up in other YouTubes. Um, then yeah, it's you know, you always, of course, want everything to go so quick when developing a channel. You know, I wish I had 100 people watching already, but you know, part of the reason why you can get 100 people to watch is that you have put the time in, and you know, and done all the work, and just, yeah, you know, it's no easy way, I guess. Yeah, you know, I've always heard about this cave, but I've never actually seen it. Like like Brian always says, oh, you watch movies on stream, and yeah, I guess I need to take part of that one weekend night when you're watching a movie. You know, I'll get up early in the morning and watch it with everyone. That's such a cool idea. I definitely won't take it, but can't like be taking other people's ideas. But yeah, I like that. That's just as, again, like, you know, I was thinking about everyone's sort of honorifics as I'm going through, and I think that's what I like most about your stream is like you really are building a community. Like, you know, everyone else has a community, but they're not really intentional in it. It just has grown up around them because people like what they're streaming and talking about. But that's what I think yours is absolutely making a group of people who are there to hang out together, as opposed to a group of people who are there to like listen to someone. Okay. I bet this is something on your Discord, which of course, you know, as I complained about, I never look at Discord. It's probably right there. I can find out when the next movie night is. Well, I'll take a look at Discord and see if it's there. Yeah, also, now the weekend has come, I want to spend some time making some more content. I guess that's the difference between streaming. Make some more content. I want to make my 5-star pools. Yeah, streaming is so nice. I mean, it's just so quick and easy. Just get on, play arena, and talk, and you know, yeah, it's like instant YouTube gratification. Where when you're making content, yeah, it just takes a lot more time, and you know, especially with something. Alliance War is sort of like the streaming of content, where you basically just stitch together your Alliance War fights and just talk along with them. But yeah, you know, I did a couple of Alliance War videos. I mean, again, it's like easy to do, and as I was trying to do my YouTube channel, I figured that's the best way of starting. But now, you know, with everyone doing Alliance Wars, it's not as cool. You know, I think it's one of the important things about growing your channel is you gotta be doing something a little bit different. So, you know, I think this 5-star tracking videos, I think people would like those, and if people like those, then they'll be like, oh, this guy's pretty good, and they'll come into my stream, and success, I will retire and become a YouTuber. I wonder if Brian could be a YouTuber if he wasn't married to a wife or had a job. Seaton does it, but Seaton has a fair number more subscribers. Not to, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to be controversial by saying this. Yeah, no, obviously it's pretty simple what you have to do to get YouTube fame. It's like, I actually can't believe how Seaton has so many more subscribers than BG. And I guess my two theories are, one, that, you know, Seaton does a good job. He always jumps into to event quests or to new content like he always tries to be the first one in. So of course, you know, I think that really helps, and that's a really good sort of niche to have. And yeah, but other than that, I mean, I think, of course, I'm biased just because Brian's in our alliance and he's super cool. But yeah, I really like Brian a lot. Just I'm always wondering why he doesn't have almost as many subscribers as Seaton. I think that would be my hypothesis of the reason why. You can see I'm all about making hypotheses. I always love trying to analyze things. The best thing about hypothesis is that everyone loves to make theories. I mean, everyone's always making theories, and you know, like all theories, most of them are wrong. It's probably 99% of the time we make a theory it's wrong, but you know, we have this humanness in them that we always are sure that our theories are right. And so yeah, we make a theory and then you know, like within seconds we're convinced that it's correct, and so the theory becomes fact. But no, so what was my theory? I can't remember now what I was talking about. Just rambling on. Let's see. Yeah, it's interesting in Alliance where you always like, or Arena, I've always seen the same people over and over again in a fight. But this number 8, he seems new. A new addition to my Arena opponents. But he's pretty big in the community when you analyze the numbers. Yeah. I mean, I've really noticed it with Alliance War. Like the other day, I was thinking about making an Alliance War of the MMX, and or maybe because I've started making Alliance War videos, I'm just like more hooked into them now. But it's like everyone had an Alliance War video. There's so many. I saw like B Manny's pop up and other ones, which is really cool. But you know, yeah, if you want to make a name for yourself, it doesn't set you apart from everyone. I must say my favorite B Manning videos are when just Crystal opening with his child. Oh my god, the child is so cute. He has another one I watched just not so long ago. Who was it? It was he was an Asian man, and he had his son there, and he had popped up like 15 5-stars. Oh yeah, the kid is just so like cute, just like so happy, having so much fun. It must be so cool to like be a father and have a kid who like is you're playing video games, the kid's playing video games too. I feel like they must have the most like absolutely understanding wives in the world. My brother-in-law, he used to love video games. As soon as he got married to my sister, he was like, "Oh, I never played a video game again." She absolutely like banned him from playing video games. Might be my biggest fear about marriage is that I can't. Yeah, and like, oh my god, like I think about Brian's wife. Oh man, I mean that like that she lets him like play video games all day and make his living on that. That is the coolest wife ever. So yeah, I just can't imagine. Can't imagine many of the women I've been with in my life having like any what's the word? Any not leniency. Yeah, being anywhere okay with playing this game. Luckily, the woman I'm dating right now, she's in med school in a town that's about 2 hours away. She lives there and then comes home for the weekend. So, you know, I sort of, I mean, she knows I play and certainly I don't I mean, yeah, honest about it with her, but not how much. And I definitely tone it down when she's around. You know, I'll jump in Alliance War and Alliance Quest and maybe like, you know, play an hour of Arena. But yeah, I don't let her quite in on how much I play this game all the time. And she doesn't know I make videos yet. You know, I just started this week, and she actually has exams this week, and so she's not around this weekend. And this is like the first weekend. I don't know if I'm ready to reveal like the secret life of me as a YouTube video maker. Yeah, well, we'll see. I guess it's probably have to be honest and reveal it as opposed to hide it and then they find out. That'd be even more weird. But yep, it is. It's a strange thing, you know. But you were asking me like what business am I in last night, and you know, it's like, yeah, of course, some people are very open. Like Brian Grant is Brian Grant, but even he is a little more, you know, he guards himself somewhat, and you know, of course, much more anonymous. I mean, you know, I have a name Enzo Eigen, you know, a made up name, obviously, and so. And I remember like Little John. That's pretty interesting. Um, I rented, but yeah, I know. Then at some point, that's I guess what happens if you become a popular YouTuber. I mean, then you are, I mean, yeah, you can't hide it anymore. So then you really have to embrace it. Um, I love Little John, like, and I guess I didn't really think about whether Little John was actually like who he was or not. And then when he started made that confession video at the end, where he's like, "Oh yeah, Little John was just an act, and you know, I'm a drama student," and yeah, it's like that's super cool. But of course, I guess not having to think about it, I really thought that's who he was. Like Little John was actually that person, Little John, and not someone being someone else. And so there's always a little bit about that on on YouTube. It's like, you know, yeah, you sort of have these personalities. I guess that's the world we live in now with the internet and social media and everything, where you know your digital self is probably in many ways as valid as your actual self, maybe even more. Who knows? Um, you know, but yeah, it's also it's just part of having fun. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing bad about it, unless there's, I guess unless you consider schizophrenia bad, who knows? But yeah, it's fun. It is almost like you're a real superhero. Okay. Yeah. See, I never knew that. I can't remember who played it first, but someone linked it, or probably either Brian, Seaton, or Joel, or maybe Dave. I remember saying something where you gotta check out this video, and I checked it out, and that's when he was like full on to the Little John, and oh my god, hilarious! That's so funny. Um, you know, it's just such a such a creative character, and yeah, again, it's playing the game, having fun, and having fun as a YouTuber, and yeah, I think that's why again, everyone keeps on saying that's why this game is so interesting, is because yeah, of course it's this fighting game, but if it was just that, it'd be pretty boring. Um, yeah, I guess I'm not. I never really thought about streaming. I don't play any other games at all. I mean, not at all. I mean, no Fortnite. No, I don't even know what other games are out there. If this game disappeared, I guess I'd probably stop playing games. I think because I just sort of got hooked back into video games when this one came out. I always wonder what's going to happen like next year at this time. So when it's January of 2020, I'm still going to be playing this game. If I am, we're going to have like rank 3 6 stars. You know, that's going to be one cool thing about YouTubing is you definitely have like this journal, this diary of the game, and so you know if I ever want to see what my first stream was like, I can always go back and say, oh, there it is. There's stream number one, and laugh at how good or bad it is. But yeah, so I think yeah, the streaming part of this game definitely adds another like totally different world. You know, I've noticed though since I've started streaming that I don't watch other streams as much. Like I was, you know, again I watch yours in the morning, BG, just as I'm waking up. But you know, I used to always go through at night and watch those streams. Well, I mean, I guess the simple reason is now, as opposed to like watching someone stream, I am having my own stream. So you know, this 2 hours I'd spent watching is now spent streaming. Um, yeah, this game, boy, like totally, totally reawaken my youth. I mean, it probably was like 10 years since I played a game with such like such a consistency. But what was I talking about? I totally forgot. Streaming. Oh yeah, watching. Yeah, I just don't watch that many videos, which is sort of sad because I'd always watch like Dorky Dicky Dave in the evening. I'd come home, grind, and watch, and I feel like I'm missing out on being part of that YouTube community just because I'm not seeing other people's things because I'm spending time on my own. I think it's a classic catch-22. Though we'll see how long I can keep up with streaming. This is the third time I've tried to be a YouTuber. The first time was so hilarious. I mean, you can find it. It was a video where I just tried to make an Alliance War video. And it's just one fight. I would like to say, and I'm sure this is totally not true, but I would like to say it was the first Alliance War fight in the history of Marvel Contest of Champions because there wasn't, as way before Seasons, and maybe even like the old map before they made the new map, and so I just did this fight. It was Star-Lord versus Storm, and oh my god! I mean, to see it, you can just see what a novice I was. I actually died to Storm on like some simple node with my rank 5 star. Okay, J-Rock. Thanks, man. Thanks for hanging out tonight. And you and I, boy, we got it. Got the big rivalry going on for these last 2 wars for the #1. Let's see what happens. I'll see you in war or in the stream again. Have a good night. Bonsoir. And so where was I? Oh yeah. Oh, it's like it's such a funny thing to watch, and then it goes back to my whole the whole point of where I started with this was that it is it's cool. You have all these YouTube videos, and you end up being able to like relive your history just because I guess it's like taking videos of your kids as they grow up. You have the memories like etched in digital media forever. Which leads me to a huge question, Kate. I remember, what do you do like with all these videos? I mean, the other day I've been keeping them on iCloud, and so I have like that monthly subscription for X number of gigabytes, and then they were like, "Oh, you've run out of gigabytes," and so I've upgraded to the bigger one. But even though it's 10 times as big, I'm really worried that all of these videos that I'm doing now all the time are just going to absolutely eat all my memory. I'm so paranoid. I don't want to delete any of them because I'm like, just like that Storm one. Do you use like a big removable hard drive and put them all on that? Is there some like upload service, I guess, that you could put all your videos in? Yeah, I was really curious about that. I can imagine like someone like Brian or Seaton. I mean, they must have like a tetrabyte of videos just lying around, and I would guess they use removable hard drives and just stick them all there. But it's one of those things I was trying to figure out, just because I can see that my increase in storage in video is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. MODOK. He's one of those characters where he's cool, but I would never ever want to take him to rank 5. You truly have to love a character to rank 5 him, and he's just too goofy. He's just this big giant head. I mean, hands credit was hats off to Gabam. I mean, they made a good character with him, but I mean, for as big and as awkward and as goofy as he is, he plays really well. He looks really good. He has really cool animations. But I just can't get past how silly he looks. So I can never play him. But what were we talking about today? Someone's talking about War Chat, how it'd be really good for I can't remember if it was on the Thing on a certain node or Darkhawk. It was one of those No, I should try to die. That's going. Oh, no worries. That's all right. No, no. You know, I asked you the question, but I didn't expect you to answer it. Um, um, oh man, I missed another chance to dodge SP1. My Kryptonite, or in the case of Hyperion, my Argonite, the ripoff character. Now I'm a Pacer fan. I remember playing him. Not too precious, but just too many. Okay. So do you actually like just delete them, or like you use them, upload them, and then get rid of them? I just guess I'm just worried. I guess once you upload them, you can get rid of them. Like if you make a, and this is the nice thing about streaming is I guess streaming you don't actually you're saving your videos on YouTube, so they're always there. Yeah, well, I guess I'll cross the bridge once I. Oh, look at that great dodge! Another chance to with my Spider-Man SP1 skills. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, as far as dealing with the storage of it. But I can only imagine. Not only do you get a lot of videos, but you gotta start. I guess if you're really smart, you would file them and put them in the right place and label them. You know, as opposed to just like having to dig through millions and millions of videos to try to find something you want. Agent Venom, rank 5. What do you call that if you rank 5 him? I don't know. The Darling of the rank 5 world? No. The Darling of the Defense? Yeah. Done in backups with key on all sites cloud. I love. Okay, good to know. RCast. Okay. Yeah, I got to. I have a feeling. Just not very organized. Okay. You're right. I guess you're right. Having two, the redundancy is so important. I mean, you know, I can imagine if something happens and you lose all your videos, how upsetting it would be. It'd be like your life's work just go up in flames. Yeah, okay, well, maybe it'll be time to go down to the Media Mart and invest in a giant external hard drive. So we're at 4.5, so I think it's likely I'll get to 4.9, so that means I start at 1.9, so it's 3 million. So if I do all my 5 stars of rank 3, 4, and 5, and my 6 stars is 3 million. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm trying to keep on getting the 2,000 shards and the 200 6-star shards consistent. You know, so if I can do, let's see, so it's 3 million. So I just said 3 million, but 1 million, that's 6 stars. So this thinks 2 million with 5 stars, and I can usually run twice a day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it should give me 12 million. And then with my 6 stars in, I should be able to always get the highest or the 1 to 10% rank rewards. That's reasonable. How long am I streaming? An hour and 48 minutes, around the 2-hour mark. Yeah, it's not so bad. So it's 6 hours. No, 1, 2. Let's try to think. 6 times 12 hours. Yeah, it's getting a little high. Well, we were talking the other night how it's bad to look at your credit card statements when playing this game. Maybe it's bad to calculate how many hours you spend playing it. So, yeah, so to get all the arena rewards I want, it's 12 hours. That's 12 hours over every. So it's 12 hours twice. Is that true? Oh my god, I'm really getting concerned. I play this game too much. So it's 12 hours for each round. It's in a week. It's twice. So it's 24 hours. 24 hours and all the event quests and everything. Oh my god, can I really be playing this game 4 hours a week? That sounds like. I'm really worried about my math. I think I might be way off, but that's probably not. 4 hours a week. So 7 days in a week, that means I'm playing it roughly, 5 is 35, 6 is 42, so So between 5 and 6 hours a day. Oh my god. um, yeah, I've seen him. I do get that screen report, but it never seems like it's as long as it is. As long as I feel it is. It's like, oh, your screen time is down. It's only 3 hours a day. Maybe that's right. I think I just calculated like 5 to 6 hours a day. That can't be right. Maybe. I guess. Oh, okay. Just what was it? Happy thoughts or easy thoughts. Let's just like get that out of my mind for a second. Then, I'm trying to balance that. Going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, like getting a good run or biking, not some skiing in. It's amazing. I don't have any time to do anything between working a pretty solid schedule and doing those things. I guess that explains why I don't do anything else in my life. Between I work, sleep, a couple of activities, and play this game. Like, aside from like occasional social engagement. Yeah, I really don't do much else. Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's on to a new topic. The new topic is, will Proxima be my next 4-star, my next rank 4? I guess with my resource, I want to save up until I have 10 tier 2 alpha. That way, I'm all set. Oh no, yeah, no. I mean, whew, that's really deadly. So about 2 years ago, I was a really competitive triathlete. So I was doing all of those in my spare time, and not anything amazing, but doing decent. And I was in such great shape, and there's no doubt that then 2 or 3 years ago when I started playing this game, it started really eating that time, and I haven't really competed as much. I mean, to be honest, I did get a little burned out of triathlons too. I was like training all the time, and it's just like all those type of things. And I do sickly enjoy this, but it's like how much pain can you endure? Like, can you push yourself into this level of pain and then hold it for 2 or 3 hours? And so yeah, pretty good shape. Started playing this game, got out of triathlons, but now I'm thinking, oh, okay, I should get a little more balance in my life. So I've been really good about going to the gym, and it's too cold really to ride the bike anymore. So not riding or running really outside now, but that's sometimes I run even. I'm sure I'm going to bite it on the ice. Yeah, but no, just getting to the gym, getting my workouts in 2 or 3 times a week, and then it's true. I wish that would be the ultimate. Oh my god, if I could. Oh man, just about to get wrecked by an XP3 from Domino. If I could play on the bike at the same time, it'd be genius. Oh, we'll see what happens. 18%. Here comes that bleed. No. Oh, I got absolutely wasted. Yeah, go with Domino. She is like the defender I fear the most. Yeah, you should. It's good. It's like what I like best. So I've always been well, I've always wanted to do a variety of things, and so like I've done a lot of running in my life, and I used to be a pretty good runner, and I did a lot of biking. But triathlon is so cool because you get to do all three. It has this technical aspect where and you have to do all three, but you have to you have the gear, you have your bike, and you have your wetsuit, and you have your running stuff. You have to be able to quickly have good systems to change from one to another. So it's this nice cerebral aspect to it. I've done plenty of running races, and there you just start running and run, and that's sort of it. But just this little extra cool element of triathlons. It's basically 3 sports for the price of one. And bike racing is really cool. I mean, biking is by far my favorite sport, and just yeah, you just I don't know, I'm just so much fun being on a bike and racing others. Yeah, Art of Chaos. I'm a little I'm a little suspicious. Here I go with my theories, which are probably wrong. I'm a little suspicious that if you play this game at the level that we do, being in the Masters Alliance, that I mean, it obviously is a priority in life, and so between work, I figure you have like one more big priority in life, and so you can have, or maybe two more. So you can either have like social life, uh, girlfriend, um, athletic career, or Marvel Contest of Champions, and maybe you could pull off like three of those, like work, girlfriend, Contest of Champions. But yeah, I think it gets hard. Um, and but it's it's all about goal making and priority making. So yeah, I'm gonna try get my athletic career back a little bit. Um, I've always been a triathlete. Oh my god, that's like I could tell there's something funny going on. Oh my god, that's hilarious. It's hilarious. All right, never mind. You can erase all of my metaphysical ponderings about athletics. You were just making a funny joke, and it was an amazing joke. You, sir, are a very funny man. Oh, that's really good. So yeah, back to the balance of life. Yeah, I mean, I think we are all committed to being to this game. Let me see if I can switch him. Oh yeah, that is. I was saying today in war, I couldn't get the switch on, so I had to just deal with him old school style. Is live war allowed? Oh, I see Dreaming. I don't know if you're still in here, Dreaming. I see you asking about live war. Oh man, I'm so glad, Cade. I was thinking to myself, I don't want to annoy Cade by continually telling him to watch, and listen to the song every time I see him. So I was going to keep quiet. But yeah, Rocky Raccoon is such a catchy song. Such a catchy song. Um, it yeah, it really makes it yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm so proud about BG with the disc. Oh, really? Wow. Did we have any no disc last season? Um, I can't remember. I feel like we did, and I feel like maybe once or twice, maybe not this season. Um, yeah, it's pretty special. I mean, again, it's like when 10 people pull it off, I mean, that's extraordinary. And that's why none of us are athletes anymore, because we all are working so hard to get good at this game. But like everything, I'm actually, just like when I was happy to be an athlete, I'm happy to be, good at Marvel Contest of Championships. Yeah, I think so. I am too. Oh, I mean, I can't tell, of course, I can never tell if you're being serious or not, but yeah, Rocky Raccoon and Rocket Raccoon, you're right. Maybe it's too close a coincidence. You know what they need to do in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie? You need to have like the background music while in the spaceship and Rocket and Star Lord are talking and that song. Yeah, oh, totally agree, totally agree. And yeah, that's why I love this world. I mean, it's so cool that you can have a skill, and I think all of us are obviously in the top 1% of this game, and think about that. Think about that in this world of let's say there's 1 million people playing this game, that you're one of the top 100. I mean, that's just awesome. I mean, that's people can say, oh, it's a stupid, silly video game, and you're dumb for playing it, but to be top 100 of something 1 million people do, that is, yeah. I mean, everyone should have that in their life. Everyone should have a passion in their life. Everyone should, have something they're really good at, and yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a video game. Great. It's like the way we think of this world. Like we actually celebrate now people who are good at video games. We used to like no one would give them any credit for like really being committed to something, and that's what life is all about: finding something you love and committing to it and being good, and that's yeah, I think that's the most important thing. So I agree. While we may not make it to the gym, we at least are awesome at this game. Um, yeah, Rocket Raccoon. I was thinking as I was singing that song the other night, and copyright strikes and all this stuff about YouTube. Like, would you think that someone, like if I sung the entire Rocket Raccoon song, or Rocky Raccoon song, could I be potentially like get a copyright strike. Like if one of the 4 people watching were like, oh man, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, I know it's sort of joking, but I did think about that. It's like, man, like, will I get authorized? I remember it was after I was doing one of those feature grinds. I put up 70 million in in the uh, in the arena. I was like playing like 8 hours a day or something like that for 3 days. And I think afterwards, my wrists and thumbs literally did hurt, and I did start getting worried. I was like, oh my god, like I like permanently damaged myself playing this game. Um, but it doesn't seems like they were okay. Though yeah, who knows? I mean, repetitive use. I mean, but again, if I had gotten carpal tunnel syndrome, it'd be from, as I said, the 500 emails I clack out every day. But yeah, passion in life, can't be underestimated. I think about like the people at Kabam. I mean, I wonder how many of them. I guess a fair number of them are good players. I remember when it made some video and Seeking discovered the name. His name was Peter Quill. So one of like the developers was talking, and he had like in the background, I guess he had his like iPad open or something like that. And he found out, and so I guess maybe we could go check Peter Quill. Maybe we'll do that in a second. This would be like the first what you call it, the first adventure into something other than just a read on my stream. I got 5 minutes left before BG might start, so just finish up this arena, and then we'll go check out Peter Quill and see how he's doing, if he's even still in the game. Final fight, perfect. And it is Eigen. So I have an Awakening Gem, but Awakening Gems, boy, they're just like, it's one of these things where I'm more on the side of I use them frequently, just figuring like, you can hold on to them forever and never being satisfied, but you might as well use them on what you like. And I have this Awakening Gem that's for skill, and I guess if I decide to take Eigen up to rank 4, I will use it. He seems like such a cool character. He is a really cool character. Honestly, I'd almost use my Awakening Gem on Gwenpool. I have her, but she's unawakened, and I still really love Gwenpool. I just think she's such an interesting champ. Okay, well, I'm easy to go get to 4.9. Probably finish the rest of this off stream, but let's go check out Pure Quill as our last act of streaming tonight. And whoa, look at all this 5. Boy, cranking out to see Peter. See if I can spell right. P-E-T-R Quill Q-U. That's right, Peter Quill. I think this is him, level 60, Peter Quill. Starlord, of course. Of course, that would be his. The dude Squadron K or XM. Oh no! Oh man! I thought your name was Quaid. Cade, I mean, in view profile. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a Kabam employee, unless he sold his account. Actually, look at all these Peter Quills. No, it was just Peter Quill. 1 rank 5. Yeah, this sort of makes sense. He's in the Son of Asgard. Just can we take a look at his alliance? Season 7 Master? Does that mean he's in the Master bracket? No. We're in Season 7 now. Huh. So rank 5 is the highest. Rank 4s. So like, yeah, a legit account. Go to Alliance. Let's check out his alliance. And so I wonder, maybe this is a Kabam alliance. A weird. Oh, that's right. You got the goofy A. Uh-oh. Let the conspiracy theories flows. There's problems connecting the network. Well, maybe I couldn't get to it. I still haven't gotten to it. Sons of Asgard. Friendly, active, a queue map, totally open. Members. Okay. There's Peter. Here he is, Peter Quill, highest rated member. Is that true? Oh yeah, he's up there. Oh no, except for Coffee Break. Coffee Break dominates. Yeah, maybe we found the Kabam nest here. Maybe it was all Kabam employees. That'd be pretty funny if it was. Guess we could ask Wonderbra King. He's online. We could chat with him. But yeah, I wonder if this is silver one. I wonder if this is a low enough alliance. Let's put all this together in one big grand theory. So Peter Quill is an employee of Kabam, but he is in this alliance, and they don't know he's an employee of Kabam, and so he sort of just like lives in obscurity, sort of playing the game all while working for the corporation that owns this game. Yeah, I don't know if that's much of a conspiracy theory or even a theory, but yeah, okay. Okay, well, so my stream is right at 2 hours. Hopefully BG's coming on soon. Yeah, I do. Sons of Asgard, it's pretty clever. Or unless you, I don't know. Let's see, art. Man, for some reason, is being monitored. However, if you talk me out of it, please. I'm a stingy bad mention. No art. I become one, and as soon as I become one, I'm like, stop it. You know, what are you going to do? Never use your gems forever? Just hold on to them? Use you one of a generic on Ghost? Well, I'll tell you, Art. I used mine on Ghost because I had pulled a tech gem, and I'm not going to take her up to rank 5. I mean, I'm just not willing to commit to become a Ghost player, but it's so much fun. I mean, and I just basically use her in arena and occasional alliance quests. I mean, I feel like we're almost at this point in the game where, you know, you can have fun with your rank 5s now, and you can like take one up to rank 4 knowing that it's not going to be really used. And yeah, so I think I did the opposite of talking you out. I think I tried to talk you into it, but you know, yeah, it's like always those things where, of course, like I used mine on Ghost, and then instantly I pulled her like, you know, a month later, which it just happens. And no regrets though. She's a great character, super fun, and I liked it. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you very much for being part of my stream tonight, and yeah, I'll try to do it. Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, you just can't care. You just gotta do it. So, okay, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Have a great night, and I will see you all in Alliance Quest. And if you're not for Loki, I will see you all next stream. Bonne nuit, mes amis.